All right, let's continue with this story, and we're joined now by Missing Children South Africa, and that's the coordinator, who are saying that there's 1,300 cases of kidnappings that are reported every month. Now, the group says the country is a target for human traffickers. Let's speak now to Missing Children South Africa National Coordinator and Criminologist, Bianca van Aswegen. Bianca, good evening to you, and thank you for your time. It's day 16 today. I did the calculations. Day 16 today since little Jocelyn Smith vanished. How do you keep your hopes alive as a family?
It's definitely a very difficult time, and we've got so many cases as organisation where children are still currently missing. So we do everything in our power to reshare those flyers, to make sure the attention is still around those cases, and to never give up hope. We have seen cases that have been solved 10, 15 years later, so there's always hope in a missing persons case.
1,300 kidnappings are reported in this country every month. Of those, how many are children?
Yes, those are approximate figures. It was released with the crime stats via SAPS in the last quarterly crime stats that we've got a significant increase in kidnappings happening in our country. Unfortunately, there's no specifics on how many are children, how many are adults. We do have, though, that kidnappings happens for different reasons. We've got ransom demand kidnappings. We've got kidnappings for opportunistic reasons. We've got mutual-related kidnappings. We've got family and parental abductions that happen. And then also we've got human trafficking that's quite rife in our country.
And let's keep with the theme of trafficking, because you say South Africa has become a human trafficking hub. Why and how did we get here?
South Africa has been declared as a human trafficking hub by the U.S. Department of State. So there's definitely an increase in human trafficking activity within South Africa. We are seen as a transit, export and import company when it comes to human trafficking. That meaning we've got victims that are used within South Africa as trafficking victims. We've got victims taken from our country as South Africa taken across borders, and vice versa. We've got trafficking victims being brought into our country to be used for various purposes.
When we talk about human trafficking, the term on its own can be very broad. I'd like for you to break it down for us. What terrible crimes are the victims subjected to?
Human trafficking is exploitation. So it's the exploiting of a person. If we look at human trafficking, all the different types of human trafficking that is happening, we've got sexual exploitation, we've got forced labor, organ trafficking, we've got begging rings that are happening. So there's so many various aspects to human trafficking, but it's horrendous if you just think of someone having to be taken as a victim and used for those purposes for money. That is exactly what it is. It's a commodity where the person is sold for something.
Let's conclude the conversation then, Bianca, and talk about advice for parents, particularly parents to young children. And let's talk beyond this critical point of being vigilant. What other advice is there for parents?
I think you were just on the dot. We passed vigilance. I think we really need to step up our game in South Africa regarding children going missing and all the children that are currently still missing. So we urge parents and communities and guardians to please safeguard our children. That is the ground floor where safety starts. That's where we need to keep our children safe. So parents, please, guardians, please, keep an eye on your children. Know where they are at all times. Know whom they're with. Yes, we always do teach our children stranger danger, but we also need to keep an eye out for people that we actually know. Family members, family friends, people within our community. We need to keep our children safe. Please visit our website. We've got some great safety tips for parents and children. Young children start with interactive learning with them so they know how to keep themselves safe from a very young age.
Final question to you, Bianca, as I let you go. Several people are expected to appear in court tomorrow The police are decidedly non-specific, and that's understandable up until these people appear in court. If it is found that among them is a close relative of this missing child, what should we make of that as a society?
At the moment, we cannot make any conclusions or any assumptions as yet until tomorrow comes and police releases a statement. But as I just mentioned, unfortunately, we have seen cases where family members, family friends, people within the community have been involved with children going missing and also being found murdered. So we just need to start looking out for those red flags and start realizing the dangers in and around us. But unfortunately, should anything be the case, that related being family involved, it's such a sad situation. It's a sad situation just for a child to go missing, point, stop. That's how far it goes in South Africa currently.
Bianca van Aswegen, let me thank you very much for your time. She is a national coordinator and criminologist attached to Missing Children South Africa.